The Scars I Bear Chapter 15 Before Present Time. Some of the most poisonous people come disguised as family. I am sitting on the floor beside the bed, tears running down my cheeks. Mark is sitting next to me, he has a bottle of beer in his hands. This is the third time he's had canal knowledge of me forcibly and against my will. He raped me and took my virginity almost 2 weeks ago. I haven't told anyone about this because I am scared of going back to the orphanage. Life is better here than it was that side and I don't want to be sent back. If you dare tell anyone about what we've been doing here I will kill you, he says, taking a sip from his bottle of beer. Why? I ask as the tears pour. Why would you do a thing like this? I thought you loved me and I do love you, May. I love you more than you can ever imagine. We shouldn't do this again. I won't tell Mom and Dad about we can pretend this didn't happen. He takes another sip of his beer before he turns to look at me, his eyes boring into mine. My sister Macy killed herself, he says, tears flooding his eyes. I loved her so much, I didn't mean to hurt her and hurt her. How did you hurt your sister? I can never forgive myself for Macy's death, he says. I stare at him wondering what in God's name he means by that because as far as everyone is concerned, Marcy killed herself. What happened? Did you two argue before she died? I hacks. He doesn't respond but instead offers me the bottle of beer in his hands. I take a large sip, it burns its way down my throat, setting up a fire in my belly. It's the second time he's offered me beer and even if I don't like it, it keeps me sane. May, he says, after a long moment of silence. Yes. Promise me something. What is it? I hacks, the tears have long dried up and I am feeling better than I did a few minutes ago. Promise that you will never leave. Please, he pleads. Silence. Macy left and I almost died. I will die if you leave too. Please don't leave me. More silence. He begins to wail and sob loudly. Promise you won't leave, damn it. He screams. I lean over and cry with him. He wraps his hand around me as we both let out our cries, anger, pain, frustrations and every pent-up emotion we have been carrying. A few days later, Mark and I just had an argument because I was talking to a boy and he left the house angry. I am sitting on the bed, tears running down my face while holding my phone. I am stuck between telling our parents what's been going on and keeping it a secret. Mark is controlling. He doesn't want me talking to any boys, it's irritating. There's a knock at the door a minute later. I quickly wipe my face and say, come in. Dad walks in and I force a smile. What was that about? What did you do to him? He asks. Mark. Nothing, he was. He was what? He asks again. Nothing, I say. He sits down next to me on the bed and I immediately smell alcohol on his breath. What happened? He asks again and leans in close to me, staring into my eyes, causing my heart to race. Mark has. He what? He yells, surprising us both. He's been sleeping with me. He raped me. The words rush out of my mouth as I burst into tears. There is a long silence. I clear my throat. He looks up at me. How long has this been going on? He asks. A month. I say. Have you told anyone about this? Your mother or the maid? No, I shake my head. Good girl, he smiles. Can you keep a secret? I keep quiet. Can you keep a secret? He asks through gritted teeth. I nod my head. Good girl, he murmurs. I don't want you to tell anyone about what's been happening. Mark has been through a lot and he's finding his sanity in you. But. No buts, baby girl. Do you want us to take you back to that orphanage? I shake my head no. Then you must keep your mouth shut. Can you do that? Yes. Good girl. Come in. He opens his arms wide open and I hesitantly move into them. He wraps his arms under me, holding me tight. You are such a beautiful girl, he whispers, skating his hands up and down my back. Thank you, I whisper, not knowing what to say to him. He is my father, I don't think he should be rubbing my back like that. We move from him rubbing my back to him pushing me onto the bed and getting on top of me. Everything happens so fast. He frees himself from his shorts and covers my mouth with his hand and begins to thrust into me. He is my father. He is supposed to protect me, yet he is doing the same thing that his son does. Lord, I am cursed. I think HTO myself. Why does this always have to happen to me? As his thrusts grow stronger and faster, and just as he gets closer to releasing, the bedroom door bursts open and Mum walks in. The August girl Elab. Christmas tree.